Normally in my videos I hit people with hammers. But today, I'm gonna hit you with some knowledge. Exanima tells a dark tale about a lost civilization, about ambition, betrayal, and one man's unholy quest for eternal life. Not him. Our story picks up with Corlian, a member of the Order, a master of mind thaumaturgy, and a necromancer. Spooky. He has contracted a mysterious illness and fears it will claim his life. Due to the unspeakable acts of his colleague Thaven, tensions arise between the thaumaturges and the local peasantry. As one does with any misunderstood scientific visionary, the peasants got their torches and pitchforks and ran him and his apprentice out of town. He fled to the dungeon, which was suspiciously convenient for Thaven. I feel a growing resentment for Thaven. On one hand, I wish to please him to impress him, but such thoughts then lead me to anger. I once believed there was friendship between us, now I think it was perhaps based on naught but common interests. His disregard for all things other than his single-minded purpose has hurt us. It has put us all in difficulty and danger. I was always feared, but I was also respected. To be driven from my own home by peasants. Thaven had theorized that the source of their thaumaturgical power he calls the Spell-Giver is somewhere down there. Corlian, however, remained fixated on his illness, which was quickly worsening as if the dungeon itself had something to do with it. In the pursuit of a cure and having already killed his apprentice for science, he needed more subjects to experiment on and had no time to waste. He made a deal with a local bandit leader. As agreed,
he's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up.
For Corlian's experimentation, but bandits aren't known for their honor nor restraint. Haman has obviously cast aside our agreement. He's sending far too many down here and I've lost all contact with him. What is he trying to do? One of these wretches confessed that he was told to seek treasure. Someone will notice all these missing people, and what if one finds me while I sleep? I no longer feel safe here. I've locked the doors, but I should venture further and look for something more secure. As Corlian delved deeper into the dungeon, he found only more questions. This was clearly a military base of sorts, but who are these people? Who were they fighting? Was it us? Why is none of this part of recorded history? Those lamps, how do they work? There was a presence about the dungeon, strange, faint, and everywhere. Could it be the will of the Keeper of the Dead? Corlian's doubts about Thaven's theories were giving way to his curiosity. If Thaven was right, it could change everything. The bandits' ongoing campaign of abductions drew the attention of the king, who dispatched a proctor, a special investigator, to look into it. She had little trouble making her way into the dungeon, and found Corlian. With a little luck, Corlian defeated her and left her undead shell behind as a guard. He took a moment to admire his work. He wasn't going to count on getting lucky again. He knew he wasn't safe there either and had to go even deeper into the dungeon to continue his experiments. On the way down, he came upon a mysterious artifact. I have found a helmet which blocks my power when I wear it. Perhaps more importantly, it shielded me from the noise of other minds. That presence that has haunted me since I came here was gone. Shortly after donning it, I fell asleep. I am certain it was not its power that did this, but the calm that came over me. I had not slept so well in quite some time. I feel certain now that it is this presence that causes unrest and aggressiveness in my subjects. Clearly it is malevolent. Corlian passed through the portal into the archives, where his mind was immediately accosted by the wailing of restless spirits and a terrible thunderous voice. Corlian feared the voice would wrest control of him from his own will and protected himself with the helmet. He wondered, could this presence be stopping the spirits here from finding peace? Sounds like a malevolent Keeper of the Dead to me. Since the helmet blocked his powers, he used it sparingly. Corlian's condition continued to deteriorate, and he gave up on escaping death. He had learned and accomplished much, and it would be for nothing if it died with him. No longer skeptical, he sent word to Thaven and resolved to learn as much as possible before the end. Corlian's first run-in with Sir was most relatable. I have never been so terrified. I was attacked by a huge, dreadful creature, a demon perhaps. I tried to control it, but though its mind felt completely unguarded, it was oblivious to my intrusion. I was only able to confuse it briefly and get away. I am defenseless against this thing. I dare not venture out again. These dead guards, perhaps I could call them to action. I don't imagine they could do much against such a monster, but the distraction might cover my escape. And it did. Corlian eluded the demon and had only one way to go. Deeper, where he encountered Unholy Machines. These golems have proven an impassable barrier for me. I must turn back. I was shocked and dismayed to see them animate. At first I thought them to be lifeless constructs, a product of magics that I cannot fathom, and yet I sensed something from them. Being versed in necromancy as I am, I fear these may be the result of something horrible, far worse than the practices of my art. I guess he didn't find the tokens, but he did find some answers. The spellgiver was the malevolent presence, a corrupter of mortal souls. Corlian was aghast at the discovery, and believed it right to abandon these darker practices, but feared Thaven wouldn't reach the same conclusion.
Destroy it!
If that were to be the case, Thaven had to be stopped, and sending word to him was a mistake. While Corlian explored elsewhere, his message made its way to Thaven. Thaven was excited by Corlian's progress, and sent a replacement apprentice. A powerful thaumaturge in his own right, he braved the dungeon and met up with Corlian. Suspicious of Thaven, Corlian scanned the mind of the help and found no nefarious intent. Without his apprentice, he'd grown lonely and welcomed the company. Encountering undead he didn't raise sent his mind racing. Was there another necromancer to be worried about? Was this the work of the Keeper of the Dead? Or worse, the dead raised by his method called out to other dead, allowing them to raise each other, spreading unlife like a plague. He realized that the method wasn't lost, it had been hidden. Was this what Thaven was after? He could not let it come to pass. The time has come. My body is failing. I am certain now that Thaven must be stopped, but I cannot trust his agent to understand, and so I must complete one more dreadful act. I will try to use him as a vessel, even as I die. It is not what I sought, but I believe it will work. I fear it won't be long before my mind and his are locked in a battle that neither may survive. I must make haste to reach the surface, find sympathetic ears among the Order, and warn against the actions of Thaven, and my own. Corlian successfully hijacked the mind of the help sent by Thaven, and, in their body, attempted to return to the surface, but it was too late. Corlian was ultimately unable to escape the dungeon, died, and left the body of the help behind, unconscious, mind fragmented, where they wake up with no memory of who they are or what they're doing here.